Okay, yeah, I think we can start. So yeah, today is, how can I say that? It's more like we're going to run kind of separated skills. So maybe in the end of the tutorial of today, we're not going to have like the yesterday's big project because I'd like to excuse me. I'd like to introduce you like this and that, like like couple of multiple ideas to improve your scene. So in the later, you can add any kind of skills into your scene, so you can generate, you can have like good result, like Sumin's presentation yesterday. So today we're going to use the 2020 version. 3. I'm using the 3.6, but again, it doesn't matter if you're using the 3.7 or 8, it's all same, like as long as if you use a 2020 version with LTS. So I'm going to start with the just 3D is totally fine. All right. Today, let's start with the generating some terrains from the Unity function, not using the script at the beginning. So I'm going to save as the scene. Well, let's say just terrain pools. So here we can start with the just in the hierarchy. By the way, I'm going to change my layout. Yeah, this is my preference layout. I mean, like you can choose whatever layout you want. I don't know if Sumin is went for this yesterday or not. So like there are a couple of different layout which is already saved. But yeah, just for me, I found this is most convenient to me. So I have this kind of layout. Just I can see the console anytime and game view at any times as well. All right, in hierarchy, right, right click, let's go to the 3D object. You will see the terrain over here. And it automatically create the terrains. I press the F. And then when you see, go to the inspector, just inspector. Yeah, and you will see this couple of settings over here. And then when you press the settings, you can choose the size of terrain. You can change the size of the terrain, like 500, for example, something like that. And then here, when you go to the paint terrain, and then make sure select raise or lower terrain, and then you see the couple of brushes over here. So if you select one of them, and then just uh, like you can draw like terrains, whatever you want, something like this. Oops. Or this as well. And then there is a short key as well. If you press A and then it's maybe it's not here because I'm going to explain different things as well. So maybe it's not here. But anyway, you can change your brush size over here. Maybe it's too small. Something like this. And the opacity, actually opacity means like a strength of the raise or lower. So, and then if you press the shift, it goes down, and just left click, it goes up, something like that. But anyway, you can see that there is very just a limited number of the brushes, and then the function itself is quite hard to tell. Is like, how can I say that? You cannot do that various things in this terrain. So what we want to do is just uh, let's open the package manager and then go to the settings, advanced settings over here, advanced project settings. You will see the package manager and then enable preview packages over here. Understand? and just you can turn it off. And then inside of the package manager, make sure it's selected the Unity registry. And now you will see like this kind of preview packages over here. So what I'm going to do add is terrain tools. You will see the terrain tools over here. The version doesn't matter for now. Well, the reason why it says preview is it's not like, how can I say that? It's not stable, to be honest. Sometimes it's going to have a error with your render pipeline, maybe like, or it can have an error with your script as well. But yeah, usually it's normally it's fine, so you can just use it. So install this one.
Hey, Hanyun,
Hmm?
I don't have the, so when I type like
Terrain.
terrain under the package manager, I don't get
Mhm.
those
You don't
things,
see
or
this.
no.
Did you again make sure that the go to the advanced project settings over here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then make sure this enable preview packages enabled. Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha. Okay, yeah, that
yeah,
was it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you need to tick this one and then turn it off. And then if you just type the terrain here, TR is fine.
Yeah.
You will see this now, right?
Oh, okay, I got it now. Yep,
Yeah, and then also make sure this one need to be selected to Unity registry as well.
gotcha.
Cool, cool. And then just install this one. And then let's go to the scene. Well, I don't need this one anymore. I'm going to delete the terrains. And what we're going to do is window, and you will see, where is it? Terrain over here. And then terrain toolbox. We're going to use this one. Well, yeah, I mean, you can already select the size of well, we're going to use this a bit later as well. So let's put this one into the inspector. And then you can see the size of the terrain and the like some grouping ID and some this and that, but yeah, it's fine. Let's just keep the default for now. So let's press the create. Now you will see the terrain group is generated over here. And then, well, with this a bit like weird names, but it's fine. So here, select the terrain first. And then if you go to the inspector here, and then if you click the terrain over here, you will see that there's a lot of more options in there, like compared to just previous one. So here, for now, first of all, maybe we can start with the set height to, let's bring it to, for example, uh, 50 is fine, and flatten tile. So everything is grown up to 50 for now because like the terrain never goes down to underneath of 0. So if you want to make uh like kind of like, how can I say that, the valley, if you want to make kind of valley things, yeah, you have to bring it to the height like a bit above the level, certain level. So here again, let's go back to the terrain settings, and let's select the raise and lower terrain. And then, hello, do you see more brush masks over here than me? You
So,
there?
Hanyun, when you got the terrain toolbox, did you pull it from the window part?
Hmm? This one, I be the window terrain toolbox. This one.
Oh, it's okay.
Mhm. And then, well, I mean, hmm, you should see more brushes than me. I don't know why I only see these brushes for now. Do you see more brushes than me over here when you select the terrain?
Uh, Mm, So, sorry, do you create the terrain the same way as you create the other one, or you have to do an extra step?
Wait. I think then maybe I'll try to do it again because seems like mine is a bit weird as well. So anyway, so and then okay, I'll start again because I don't know why it was a bit weird for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So install the terrain tools, and then let's go to the scene, and then window, terrain, and terrain toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think this is going to pop up something like that. So what I've done is just drag and drop this tab to here because we're going to use it a bit later
Mm-hmm.
again. And then here, actually, you don't need to touch anything, just create,
Okay.
and then it's going to create the text. I mean terrain. Select the inspector over here. Why? Because like you should see like 3 times more than this one, the brush. Do you see it? Or
No, I get the same ones that you have, pretty much.
mm, should I? I think I remember that it was just it's fine anyway. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, because it's but I really don't understand why. But however, I mean, let's forget about that. Uh, let's use this just circle one. So it's same like it's going to increase and the shift a bit different. You need to press the control to make it down, and then like if when you press the hotkey is A. A is like it controls the strength. So what I've done is just press the A, and then I just moved my mouse left to right. I didn't click the button. I just moved the mouse. You will see the percentage of strength is changing, right? So, oops. And then the S is the size of the brush. And then if you press the D, it is, well, maybe if I use these kind of things, if I press the D, it is rotation of the brush, something like that. And then instead, control is going down, and then just control left click, I mean, and then just left click, you're going to create this kind of, oops, just geometry like this. And then there is a really good things about this one is you also can create the another terrains, which is just click the create neighbor terrains over here, and then you will see like some tiles like neighbor to this terrain. So just all you need to do is just click there, and then good thing of this one is like it's automatically created like kind of smoothness in between the terrains. So if you just draw the if you just lays the terrain over here it's going to be like kind of seamless things. And
Hey,
yeah, for
hey,
now,
Hanjum.
mhm,
So I have the terrain, but when I click the brush, it doesn't
it doesn't
extrude
go
the
up.
form.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you have to make sure selected lays or lower terrain.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, now you should have like these kind of things. So just left click is like a raise, and then control press is like a lower, and then if you press shift, it's like kind of smoothness. So you see this, it is smooth. How can I say that? It is smoothing the edges like this. And then, well, we're not going to
Sorry to
use just,
interrupt, I also have a
no, never mind, never
question.
mind. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it possible to go below the origin point of the terrain that is created, like below
Yeah, that's what
minus zero?
yeah. It never goes to the -0 for now.
Mhm.
So usually what you need to do is just select the terrain and then like to make it set height or just bring it to a position of like, for example, oops, that was too much, 50. And then you have, Yeah, not this one. It never goes down to the just below the just usual 0. So what you can do is just bring everything's up by using step height over here. And then here, space the world. I'll just say, like, for example, 50 is, I think, fine. 50. And then flatten tile. And then now it's the height of the 50. Well, it looks like the cube because of these neighbors. I'm going to delete these neighbors. So I just only remain the original one. So now it is, you see that there is a height over here, right? So now if you press the control, it goes wing. You have to go to the laser or lower train and press control and it goes down to 50. Yeah. So if you
That
want
makes
to
sense.
go, yeah, if you want to make it lower, you have to bring it up entire terrains. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
And then, yeah, let's have a look couple of more functions with this. So the one, when you have a time, you can play with entire like everything. But I'm going to introduce just very few things, which is looks quite interesting. First of all, this this brush it already contains kind of noise over there. But however, like if you select just this normal one, there's a sculpt. You can select the noise over here, and then if you press the like, where can I? Maybe this part is you see. Because this is very like weak noise for now, but you see that this part is not flat anymore. It has very weak kind of wiggling over there, right? So, you can control the noise from here. And then just one thing I found a really interesting one is go to the sculpt, terrace, select the terrace. So if you use this one, it's going to create kind of contour things like this.
Oh.
Yeah, I found this quite interesting as well. And then what you can do is just, I said shift click is smoothing the height, right? But like there was very weak smooth. So what you can do is here smooth height, and then just if you just like lowering, and it's going to be smooth like this. So if you want to have a bit more soft terrains, you can use this one like this. And okay, yeah, this is like basically what you can do with the brushes. So when you have a time, you can play a bit more with the other things as well. You can check. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the texture. So for now, it only contains just white. Not white. It's the check, which means for us, it looks like empty, right? So we'd like to add some texture by using paint texture. So, I just remembered why we didn't have more brushes. So, where was it? Inside of package, I guess. Yes. I just remembered. I think all of you are saying, yeah, for sure. Because we need to download asset samples from asset store. I forgot about this. Sorry about that. So let's download this one. It's going to lead you to the asset store. And here, I think, because I downloaded it before, so I see just add to my assets. Open in Unity. Here, terrain tools sample asset pack, import. All right, let's go back to scene. And when you press the inspector and select the terrain, you see, yeah, now you will see a lot of brushes over here for now, right?
Hey, Hanjo,
And,
question. Sorry. How did you get them to like pop out into here? Because I downloaded them from the asset store, like downloaded to Unity,
Mhm.
but I didn't get them like how you have them.
The terrain tools sample asset pack.
Yeah, yeah. And then I just hit download at the bottom or something.
So if you go to the asset store over here, make sure you have to sign in the same okay, say that same account as your Unity Hub. Make sure you're using the same account and then log into the asset store in the web
Yeah.
and then just press here. I think you will see the add to my assets, something like that, I
Oh
guess.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
add
yeah.
to
That's
my
what.
assets and then click it. After that, it's going to change like this, open in Unity. And then just press, yeah, and then just click the open in Unity. It will lead you to package manager and then you will see the terrain. Well, sometimes it doesn't automatically select the tools while you just download it. So, well, sometimes you need to have a look at it. But anyway, it's going to be in there, the packages, my assets, and there is going to be like, if you didn't download that many things, you don't have that much as me. But however,
Mhm.
you will see the terrain tool sample asset pack. And then just press import. I'm not
Oh
going to do it because I just did it. So just press import.
yeah. I got a instead of import, I got a download button. So
Great, great.
okay.
So after that, we're going to have this kind of the folder, the sample folder over here and terrain tools and blah, blah. So I'll just try to move this one into the terrain folder because later we're going to have more folders in there. So I think it's better to have keep it inside of the terrain. So anyway, when you go back to terrain, you will see now lots of the brushes over here. So maybe this is kind of like when you make, I don't know, maybe some mountains, or I think one of them was like making kind of what is it, the desert-ish, like that. But however, I'm going to start with playing with the laser all over terrain. Let's do the paint texture. What we can do here is you need to use, you need to add the, where is it? The layers. But now we don't have any textures for now. So we need to add layer, or you can also create the layer. If you create the layer, for example, I'll just say keep new, and then it's going to show a lot of different textures over here. You also can download your own texture from website as well, and then these textures are saved in the sample scene. So if you didn't download the sample scene, you're not going to see this one. So here, maybe we can start with dirt, I guess. So first of all, you need to select dirt albedo, which is just main texture, and double click it. And when you go to the layer properties over here, you will see the normal map and mask map as well. So we need to add normal map of dirt and then mask map of dirt as well. So now it's going to have like a little bit of like textures, I mean like bump, something like that. And then it can be like metallic, you also do something like this. And yeah, you also can play with that. And then for now, seems like the tile itself, one tile is too small maybe. So maybe I'd like to increase the size to 10 or 20. Yep. And then also, if you already have a layer, which means the samples, we can just add a layer. So these are saved layer from the sample scene. So let's add a lock. Just double click it and add layer, maybe sand, and add layer, I don't know, moss, add layer snow, something like that. And then select the shape of the brush. So it's going to automatically, how can I say that, input the basic texture. I mean, actually the first texture is going to input the entire terrains. Then after that, all you need to do is just select the layer and then just brush it. Use a brush and then just color like this. Maybe I think strength. I think I need to increase the strength a bit and maybe size of it as well. And here maybe sand. You can see the moss. So like this. So within this,
Are the layers just like where you would load kind of like textures, or is it like other types of objects as well?
it is textures. It
Okay.
should be textures in here, in this
Yeah.
one. So it means just texture layers. Well, for example, to be honest, for me, the layer sounds a bit very weird for this one, but however, it means like the type of the textures. It should be texture when you create the texture. So here, so you also can change the saved layers by using the layer properties over here. So all you need to do is just add a normal diffuse, which is albedo, and normal map and mask maps as well. And then if you want to increase like this kind of bumping, you also can change that. So I think this was a sand. I say this is too much. So maybe I'd like to, reduce the scale of normal like this. And then maybe we also can have some, I don't know, oops, that's too much. Some snows on top of the mountains, for example, like this. So yeah, of course, within this, you can have a look, you can have a, you can play with this one later as well. You can add any kind of textures. So yesterday, Sumin was using the blue, red, those kind of things. So you also can do something like that. So
Sorry, I also have a question on this mapping technique. Does this, how do I say this? Does this texture goes into the mesh vertices so that you can attach from C#, or does it treat it as new type of material file, if that makes sense, like V-Ray, for example?
material files.
Okay, so you have to do certain stuff in order to put that into a mesh vertices in colors.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
So
hey Hanju, sorry to bother.
no, never mind. Yeah, wait.
Can you show again how you created like the layers or
Yeah, indeed, sure. Yeah, here just press the add layer and then no, not add layer, sorry. Create the layer and then you can give the name. For example, I'll say just red this time. And then you need to select one of them. What is this? The white square. Maybe this is not what we want. So you need to select. Okay, maybe we can do like this. So for example, textures.com is one of my favorite site to download all the textures. So here, for example, it's better to use the seamless. And what can we use? I'll just select this one. So here, for this one, it doesn't provide the normal mapping. So usually, if you want normal mapping, it's better to select this first one. So you're going to have the TIF, which is albedo file, and this is a height map, and then similarly, this is a normal map, and as well as what we used to have. Sorry, last one was mask map. Yeah, mask map can be. Oops. Mask map can be, I think, this one, the height map. Yeah, this is mask. This can be mask map. This is normal map. So you need to download these three, and then I need to log in I'll just skip this one. But however, the after you create the material, so I think this is just red. Okay, like this. So you also can create your own JPEG to get the certain colors or certain textures, and then just create the new layer. And then after that, just select that layer. You can change your layer at any times. So like diffuse, use the diffuse, and then in the diffuse, you have to select the just normal albedo color, albedo image, I mean. And then here's a normal map and height map, something like that. And then a mask map, sorry. It's going to, yeah, have a, then like your own mapping. And then again, you can change the metallic colors as well, like this. This looks a bit weird, but yeah. And then also you can change the size of the tile. So if you want to see the obviously, like for example, like this, now you can see that this kind of is very large right now, right? Oh, yeah. So, all right. And then one thing I'd like to introduce about the terrain is height map, using the height map. So, which is go to the Google, you can type this height map over here. You will see multiple images within just like looks like kind of noise, or there's a like a real world height map, whatever you want. You can, but not like this. You have to download something like this or this, something like that. Well, yeah, if you just want to use exactly same as mine, I already saved in the Google Drive height map low file, so you can download this one as well. So when you download the JPEG or PNG, whatever, you have to save it into save as to low file, Photoshop low file, and then save the map. And then let's go back to Unity. I'd like to create new terrain box, but this time grouping ID, because the first one, the grouping ID was 0, which means if I create another 0, there's going to be some crash. So I'd like to create another, just going to turn off this one. I'd like to create another group of terrain. And then I want to use import height map over here. So enable this one, import height map. And the enable use low file, and you will see the select low file here. So you need to do is just, where was it? Here, height map, and open it. After that, you see that the height map remap. So it starts with the 0 to 500. I guess that's too much. So I'll say start from 30 to maybe 150, maybe. And just all you need to do is just create. And now you will see the terrain is already generated by using the height map. And of course, you also can change this terrain by your by doing your own things as well. Like just you can change, and you also can give the textures. Oops. Yeah, because this is a new group of terrain, so you need to add layers again. And then one thing I'd like to last to introduce about the terrain is adding some trees or the grass, something like that. So Unity, well, they used to have their basic trees at the like long time ago, but they don't provide it anymore. So you need to go to the asset store, or wait, I think I can share the link of the file.
Hey, Hayum.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question for the when you
Right.
change the I guess like the hide extrusion.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you go for? Is it on the toolbox?
Current toolbox, height
Hide.
limap, and
Okay.
then like 30 to 150. So if it goes like 500, you will see like
Oh,
really big gap over there. So if you want to
yeah.
reduce it, yeah, you have to reduce the range. So, and
And
then I
this,
just, hmm?
sorry, and this is only created. I guess when you only change it um before you create it. You can't like modify it after it's created. Like if you go to the
Before,
inspector.
yeah, it's true. So before you load the height map, this is the
Yeah.
only thing you can change. Well, I mean, of course, like you can also flip the axis, something like that. But yeah, usually you don't need to touch anything other else. But you also can do some work in Photoshop maybe. So just give them black and white. So white means a top and black means low. So black means bottom. So you can create your own height mapping as well, or you can use a lot of different height map, like, so yeah, these kind of things. Whatever. I think I also saw of a bit interesting thing, like, hmm, where was it? So I mean, because there's like more, I mean, various kind of the height map. So for example, I think I was looking at this one, like face height map. So if you use this one, it's going to generate something like this kind of mapping as well. So it's up to you. I mean, so you can not only for the terrain, you can use it multiple ways as well, I guess. And then yeah, what we're going to do is I just share the link in the chat. So just click it and please download this one, the Conifers BOTD, which is just free access and including couple of the trees. I found this is quite like light and easy to use. So in here, Conifers, and import this one.
So you can import like any like sort of depth map image, right? And that would generate the
Indeed,
mesh.
indeed,
Okay.
indeed. Any
Oh,
depth map, and then any kind of, I mean, what I'm doing is for now, I'm just adding the trees, but any kind of trees as well. So if you go to the, excuse me, the asset store, you will see like multiple type of the trees and grass, like all of those kind of things. So well, there's kind of low poly trees as well. So it's, you can, I mean, you can use access tool a lot actually. So you don't need to modeling the trees actually. So yeah. So I remember that like 4 years ago, I guess 3 or 4 years ago, Unity already included their own the trees and textures before, but I think they wanted to just make it to like, I think they just wanted to make it this lighter, so they removed it everything. So, however, yeah, the conifers BOTD are also going to move this one inside of the terrain. All right. So select the terrain and let's go to the inspector and let's click this one, paint trees. And then here, no trees defined. You will see this one and click the edit trees and add tree. You need to add three prefabs and select whatever you want. I'm going to just select the medium one. Double click it and just, I need to press the add. Just press the add. And now you will see your trees. And then of course, you can add another trees. I can add maybe small. So like we have like two different type of the trees. And here again, you can change the brush size. Then select one of them and then just click it. is going to generate the trees. Actually, quite random. And then you also can make a randomize of the height as well. Like if you increase the range of the randomness, and maybe the width itself can be the randomized as well. You can also change the tree density. So like this, you will see, in this part, you will see the size of the trees and width of the trees are all different as well. And you also can change the density, maybe lower, even lower, like this. And if you press like this, then you can create a forest as well. So I mean, I'm not going to do the paint details, but this is exactly same concept as the trees. So all you need to do is just download some assets. Like for example, because it is details, which means like kind of grass, like this kind of things, or flowers, whatever you want. And then you can download these kind of things, and then all you need to do is just add grass texture or detail mesh, something like that, and then just paint it exactly same way as the trees. All right. So let's save this one. So in this manner, you can create whatever you want. I mean, the terrains, which can be the environment of yours, and yeah, you can use it at anywhere. Maybe you can directly use these terrains to Sumin's tutorial as well. So we're going to move on to the another things. Like I said, we're going to do the couple of separate things today. So let's save this scene and then let's open new scene.